Okay, let's look at this first question. It says, Crystal and George each have several voicemails saved on their phones. Crystal's voicemail inbox is 63% full, while George's is 7/12 full. Describe the steps that you would take to determine whether Crystal or Georgia has a voicemail inbox that's closer to being full. Okay, so we are going to be comparing these two numbers, correct? But what are we looking for? Whose is closer to being full? Give me a better mappy word for that. Which one is greater? That's exactly right. See, I didn't say the word greater. You had to it that, right? Okay. So now what I'm looking for, 63% compared to 7/12. So what would you have to do here? Okay. I need to make them both the same. Now, whether she said turn the fraction into a percent, or could I turn the percent into a fraction? Either way, but which way do y'all feel like it's easier to work with? Really? I think decimals are easier to work with, personally, because this decimal I can do in my head. What's this? 0.63, and then I have my friend now, forever. I get my friend every day, y'all remember? So you do 7/12, you do 7 divided by 12, and what do you get? 0.58. Okay, 0.58. Now remember, if you type in 7 divided by 12, it does speak fraction, but in order to get it to go to a decimal, there's two ways to do it. Remember, I can either put a decimal inside my fraction, or I can just press Control Enter, and it gives you an approximation. So I got 0.5833. That's what I asked. Okay, now can we compare them? What would you say? We would say 63% is greater than 7/12. So whose inbox is closer to being full? Crystal's. Okay. Crystal's was more full. Are we good? Okay. What do they say? To compare two values, first convert the values to the same. What would you put there? The same form, that works. Format, that works. Then compare the values using these inequality signs. Let's remember what these mean. What does this one mean? Less than. What's this one mean? Greater than. And I know that you know those. Remember, I'm sure you learned some kind of a little trick or something to help your brain remember that, whether it's the old alligator eats the big one, or the big side points to the big number, or there's 1 here, 2 dots here, 1 goes to whatever. Okay, whatever it is that you have in your mind to remember. Okay. All right. Before we get too far, we wanted to just do a quick little converting between fractions, decimals, and percents. Okay, this was something from last year, and honestly, most of these are benchmarks, right? Stuff that we should just what? Okay, so right now I'm going to challenge you to put your calculator down and fill in as much as you know. Okay, pause the video, do the same thing. So check your thing. Now there is certainly no harm in double checking with our friendly calculator. I mean, there's nothing worse than you have a calculator, but you're like, oh, I want to do it, I can, or oh, I think I can do it in my mind, and it's like you're going to miss out on just a little calculator steps. Okay, that's okay. All right. Okay. Why is that important? Because you can see now we're going to actually start comparing. Okay. So 7/8. That's another one of those benchmarks. You remember it? If you don't, that's okay. Type it in. I think it's 875. Okay. So negative 0.875, and now we're going to compare it to negative 0.5. So how does it go? Which symbol? Because what's the trick with negative numbers? The what? The bigger it looks, really the smaller it's getting, right? -1, -3. -3 is smaller, right? So just don't be fooled, okay? On 3.5%, 0.035 versus 0.075. 0.04. So how does that go? It's still less than. Okay? I think you guys got it. How about y'all try 3, 4, 5 with your table group? Is your phone pause the video? Y'all get those so far? Both greater than? Okay. On the last one, the question says, who finished their chores the fastest? So time is a little different. How do you know which one is the fastest? You're actually looking for the smallest number because that's going to indicate the faster time. Okay? So we have 35.25 and 35 is 1/6. So I need to convert 35 and 1/6 to 35 point what? 1/6 repeating. And so that would be smaller than 35.25. So who won? Or who finished their chores the fastest? Gary. Okay. Questions? Not gonna help. Are we okay? All right. Let's move on. All right. So sometimes you're going to see problems like this where there's only 2 things to compare, but more than likely you're going to have a list of things to compare in order. Okay. All right. So it says list of values can be ordered from least to greatest or greatest to least. Write some other keywords or phrases that you might see. So instead of the term least to greatest, what else could they say? No, if I said put them in order from least to greatest, what's another phrase that I could have said? Put them going down. Least to greatest, well then that would be going, up? Yeah. If we're going from least to greatest, ascending. That's a good 7th grade word. Okay. And then greatest to least would be going down, descending. Okay. All right, so here we go. List the following in descending order. When we say descending, the first thing I would do is tell myself I'm going down. So that means greatest to least, okay? I need to do what with all of these first? I need them in the same form. So square root of 121 would be 11. Pi squared. All right, I'm going to pick up my calculator. Let's talk about pi for the first time. It's here. Guys, look. I know you know that pi is about 3.14, but remember the calculator is fancy, right? It actually has a pi key. If you look down here underneath the double E letter, you see where it says double E? Click on that pi button. It's going to have a menu of lots of symbols that we don't know yet. And the first one that comes up goes pi. So if you click it, it's going to pick up pi. So instead of 3.14, it's going to pick up more digits. That's all. Now hit the square key because we wanted pi squared and hit enter. So which key is the pi key? I got 9.8696. Okay, the pi key one more time. Down here where the alphabet is, letter double E. Underneath that is the pi key. You'll see it. When you click it, a little menu pops up. It's the first one. If I just put 3.14 squared, I got 9.8596. You'll see it's slightly different. It may not matter in this problem, but we just all want to do it the same way. Okay? 11.1 is already good. And now do square root of 130. I get 11.42. Okay? All right. Now we can actually order them. Descending. So we want it from greatest to least. So which one is the most? Square root of 130, and I like to multiply. Then what? 11.1 would be second. Square root of 121, and then pi squared. Once I do that, I would need to answer the question by actually writing it out. In their original form, by the way, please put them in their original form. Do not numbers, okay? So y'all, is that hard or just a little long? Just a little long, so it shouldn't be difficult, okay? All right, let's do the next one. List the following in increasing order. So what does that mean? Yeah, least to greatest, okay? So 0.65 is already there. What about 6.5%? 0.065. Be careful with that decimal twice. Okay, 2/3 would be what? 0.6 repeating, and 1/2 is 0.5. You see what I mean? So even though we have our calculator, because we knew those, it just saves us some time. Okay, so we're looking for least to greatest. So which one is the smallest? 1/2. Yeah, 0.065, which is 6.5%. So 6.5% should be first. And then what? Then 1/2. Then what? 0.65. And then 2/3. So you see this one where they were a little bit looking similar to each other. Do you see how it might be easy to make a mistake? I caution you on that simply because when the math gets easy, sometimes we get a little sloppy. Okay? We get a little sloppy. All right? Okay, guys, I think y'all are good. You can try. How about y'all want to try the rest of the page? Okay, if you're at home, pause the video. Okay, check 8 and 9. Check 8 and 9. All right. And then 10. It just wanted to know what could be this missing value. Well, what's the value of 31/5? 6.2, and then this would be 5.5. So over here, which one could go? 5.8 is already a decimal, right? 6.25, that would land over here somewhere, right? And then this would be 0.6, which is nowhere even close. This is 4.796, right? So the one that worked is the one that we didn't even need to work on, right? Okay. And then today's low temperature for 4 different towns is shown in the table. List the towns in ascending order. So again, that's what? The least to greatest, right? So, and then when you list them, you're supposed to list the towns. So which town did you guys get first? Icetown, and then what? Shiverton, and then what? Little Flake, and then Chillyville. Really? I mean, you don't really think these are real names of towns?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to know. I kind of want to like search it up. Well, but then there would be cold numbers. They're supposed to be cold.
I think Icetown is actually.
All right.
Yeah, it sounds like real.
Listen. So now this would be the point when we normally have homework, right? But we still have 20 minutes of class, plus it's a no homework weekend. So what I'd like for y'all to do, the rest of it, this is partner practice. We're going to check it on the next slide. As a reminder, you do not have homework. And then the half minor is on Monday, which will be about just this. But we're going to practice Monday before we take it, okay? So you'll be fine. All right? But go ahead and if you're at home,